everybody, welcome.
Yeah, hi, I'm Veronica.
I'm Crystal from Travel Counsellors, obviously.
And welcome to our webinar today. Today's theme is, it's about getting your business off the ground and how you can keep going and how you can build momentum, build those client bases and things like that.
So what we will do today is we'll speak about how easy it is to join. It's a lot easier than you think. So we thought we'd run through some processes with you, maybe clear up some objections that you might have in your head and hopefully answer some questions through tonight's webinar.
Yeah, and we'll also have a couple of videos from some of our newest TCs. So Sharon and Laurie, who have both had very different journeys and are at very different stages in starting their businesses as well. But as always, if you would like to contact us tonight, email us any questions that you might have to connect@travelcounsellors.com.au, or you can call us on 1300 889 123. Now obviously Crystal and I won't be answering that whilst we're talking, but if we can grab it during the videos we can, or someone here in the office will grab it for us as well. So please feel free again, connect@travelcounsellors.com.au if you do have any questions throughout the webinar. But as Crystal said, it really is about how easy it is to get your business off the ground. We're going to look at those two great videos from our TCs. But first of all, Crystal is actually going to take us through the steps or what happens when you initially contact us and the process of recruitment from there.
Thanks, Veronica. So obviously we know it can be daunting making that first phone call, but we're not that scary, so please don't be afraid to make that call. Basically what the steps are and what the process is, you would make that initial call. We'll have an initial conversation with you over the phone, and then what we'd like to do is obviously try and meet you in person if that's possible. And then we run through a bit of a demonstration on our systems, what you can expect when you join, some of the technology that we have to offer, and get a better understanding for your strengths and what your passions are as well, and see how you can incorporate that into your new Travel Counsellors business. We also will then introduce you to some of the key team members. So you will probably meet with your business development coach. They will speak to you about how to develop your business and what skills you have and how to hone in on those skills, as well as I guess honing in on your interests. And I know we've done a webinar on people's special interests. So you'll meet with BD, you'll also meet with the IT boys, Rocky and Matt. They'll explain to you about the systems, what kind of internet connections you need to have. And of course we'll introduce you to the rest of the team, as the process goes on. We will then work with you to create a business plan. So we do think that this is probably the most important part of the joining process. With the business plan, we get a really good understanding of where you want to take your business, where you see yourself in the next sort of 6 to 12 months. And it's a really good tool for you to keep track of your business as your business is growing and look back on that and think, wow, I have achieved that over the 6 to 12 months. And then of course you will be put onto the next induction, where that's held in the Melbourne head office over 3 days.
Yeah, which is where we officially welcome everyone to the team, isn't it? Yeah, I think you did, but I think one other really important thing to say is that there are certain stages in the process that we obviously need to go through to help us get a good understanding of you, but also you of us. But those processes are all as individual as you and your businesses will be. So please don't think it's a ticker box or a rigid thing, or that we need you to have a certain amount of experience or things like that. It's a very fluid process. So please don't be daunted. Please give us a call. But another really good point is obviously that's the onboarding process and how you get to induction. But further on from that, there are a lot of things that we do on a weekly, daily, monthly basis, where you will have contact with head office that continually helps you to build your business, especially in that first very, very crucial 12 weeks. So one of them is what we call Rise and Shine, which is our daily kind of pep up show, I guess, that is again beamed live from this very couch, where you can again interact with members of staff. Each day has a different theme. But why I'm talking so much about Rise and Shine is that the first clip that we're going to show is actually from one of our Rise and Shine shows last week, where our General Manager Tracy spoke with Laurie, who's one of our newest TCs. She was on our October induction, and Laurie just gives some really good tips about some of those really key points about how to build your business in the early days. So we'll watch that and then we'll come back.
So, welcome Laurie.
Thank you.
So Laurie joined us on the 5th of October. So she was on the induction 3-4 weeks ago.
Yes, that's right.
Oh my She was in today, and I wanted to get her in because she's had quite a good success. Now, just to give you a bit of background, Laurie joined us on the 5th of October. You've already nearly done 30,000, yeah, at a 28% margin.
Yes.
Oh my God. Which is absolutely exceptional. But you came and you've really hit the ground running because you've done quite a bit of networking.
That's right.
So tell me, you have used Meetup.
So when I joined Travel Counsellors, my first thought was, okay, the BNI wasn't working for me because of the hours. And, I joined up a few business networking over there, and there's some few casual ones that I joined up, and there was a one that was more structured as well. They're once a month, so not as quite weekly like the BNI.
Yeah.
But I found that, I guess, joining the meetups really put me on the deep end, and I've learned from different businesses as well. They're quite supportive, and I've got a few referrals from it already.
Yeah.
And that's where I thought to myself, I think because we're so home based and mobile, you need to be out there, and that's what I've learned. So even last night, this is just an example. I was just out having dinner, and I don't want to be talking like a walking, talking travel, but someone just got engaged in a group of dinner that I had, and they were talking about their honeymoon, and I offered some assistance.
Yeah.
You just have to, I guess, be aware of what's around you and who's around you.
That's right. And that's all networking. That's all part of the networking.
Right. And one big thing is with the businesses, they don't, what I've found is having a relaxed sort of view on how you sort of, I guess, deliver your product. And you are the product. It's not so much travel because everybody likes travel. So it's about what you can do and what you can offer. And focus on that, being personalised serviced, being mobile, being flexible on your hours, and that's how I've marketed it to those business meetups.
Okay,
and that's where they've responded.
Yeah, and you've experienced too. So the first one you went to was quite casual. You met in a pub.
That's right.
And there was only a handful of businesses.
Yeah, there was about 6 or 7.
Yeah.
I did ask them a lot of questions. I said to them, how many people do normally come to these? They said, roughly about 12. So it is quite a small group. I found that was quite easy for me for my first one. And when I got there, everybody wants to talk to a travel agent. So it was quite easy, and I thought, I can do this again. So I guess I put another challenge for myself and joined one that was a speed networking. So you only get about 3 to 5 minutes to do your spiel, and it was more structured in Burke Street. And that was about 25 to 30 people. So you really have to be quick on delivering what you're about. And then you get up again 10 minutes later, and then you handle objections from everybody else. So they will throw in questions at you and how you can be different. What's the difference being competitive, being online to flights, and then they will throw all these questions to you.
Okay.
And I guess you just have to be prepared and focus again on how you are different.
Your clear message,
Your clear message. And, again, I came out of that, feel like, I'm on top of the world. I felt really good. And again, I had a few referrals from there. This Thursday, I'm having coffee with one of the business owners, and they're planning a work trip. But then I focused on doing, I called it team building activities, pre and post conventions, I call it, and I'm organising their trip, their tours after that. So
this is quite a big booking, isn't it?
Yeah. So I'm really excited. So I'm working hard.
Excellent. Good. Yes.
And how I've been sort of winning those businesses is focusing on what they do. So you have to create the interest on them. So I'm not so going, okay, this is what I do. Focus on me. I said, what do you do, and how can I help you? That kind of attitude.
That's great. Yeah. So about the person.
Yeah.
And when you've had these kind of opportunities, I know you've called through and spoken to Simon for help and advice on how to prepare for your
That's
networking.
Right.
How's that worked?
Really great. Like Simon's been great in sort of, I guess, leading me in the right direction.
Well, Laurie, amazing.
Thank you.
Absolutely fantastic to have you on here. And literally, I asked you half an hour ago.
Yes.
So thank you for coming on. But I think it's
you.
such a key message because you're building up a successful business, and it is from getting out there.
Thank you.
Okay. Well, thank you for all your messages, and we shall see you same time tomorrow.
So that was great. It really gives, I think, a really good example of some of the issues or the concerns that people might have.
And that the easy things that are, the things that are easy to do that you probably do anyway, the networking, the building the relationships, the having a conversation with someone when you're sitting next to them at a table. It's all about building your business. And it is easier than you think. But whilst we were online, we have got one question that's come through from Kylie, and I'm going to make you answer it, Crystal. I hope you're okay. But she's just said 28%, did I hear that right? So she's referring to Laurie's margin there, I think. So can you just explain how that is possible?
Yeah, sure. It's actually a really good question, and I'm glad that you've picked up on that. So we do have an in-house wholesale system called Phoenix, where it's a dynamic packaging system. You can be the wholesaler, you can build your own packages, and at the end of the day, your margin is going to be a lot higher than when you're booking through a traditional wholesaler. So a lot of our agents are getting close to, 22% on land products, which is fantastic. And then once you're adding on service fees and flights and things like that, it's obviously increasing. So 28% margin is unheard of in the industry. When I was an agent, it was stock standard 10%. So if you bring your knowledge over to us, you can be earning 28%, which is amazing. You
don't hear of that. Doing exactly the same amount of work. So why wouldn't you do that? Really? It all makes sense.
Yeah.
To handle some of the more common objections that we get when we speak to people in the market, and a lot of those are definitely about the barriers or the things that are hard to give away, or the things that you can't really work through in terms of starting your own business and working for yourself. So if we could just bring those up on the screen. So these are the three common objections that we get, and I'm going to let you tackle the first one, Crystal. So number one is income. So moving away from a salary and into a commission-only role.
Honestly, this is probably the most common, I guess, objection that we do get. So I'm glad that we've put it at number one. Basically, what we say is you need to work out the amount of hours that you are doing compared to your salary. So you're going to be having your driving time, you're going to be having the amount of hours that you're actually working in the office, the overtime, and then the driving. So if you actually worked that out to an hourly rate, sometimes it can work out to be $5 an hour with all those hours that you're working, which is ridiculous. So once you come over to a commission amount, it's going to be a lot better in terms of salary for yourself. You're going to earn a lot more, and more is going to be in your pocket. But what we would say to people at the time is try and have a little bit of savings behind you before you do join, just to, I guess, help with that almost lag, if that's the right word.
Yeah, I guess there's always kind of two main points that we would always make to someone who is concerned about that. And don't get us wrong, it's a big concern, I don't think either Crystal or I could walk away from our jobs today without a salary and without a guarantee of there being one very quickly. So what we say to people like that is to work out that. Part of what we do in our business planning is to actually work out what your expectations in terms of earnings are, and then work that back to what that would mean in sales and commission levels and margin levels and things like that. But we also say that the first thing is, can you afford to do it now? And if you can't, that's okay. Look at it as something that might happen 6 months, 12 months, 18 months down the track. But engage us from that point, and we'll help you through it. It might be saving a little bit extra every month so that you do have a bit of a buffer when you start your business, so that if you don't get any commissions for the first kind of 2 or 3 months, you're still okay. So, little things like that. But the other thing that is really important, and probably the second point that we would always make, is in that time when you're making that decision, you can start building your business. Maybe you're contacting some of your clients and letting them know that you're thinking of starting out on your own, not in any sly way, but collecting email addresses and things like that, getting them to like Facebook pages, things like that, so that you can contact them, and really strategically starting to plan your business so that from day one on induction, or day 3 when we start your business, you're ready to go. You've got bookings to go, you've got clients, you've got customers, and so there isn't that lag. You are getting some money in straight away. So they're two really good points. And like you said, there are all those other factors: how much time are you spending commuting, and how much money are you spending commuting, all of those kind of things. So that's, I guess it is the most common one that we get.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, but certainly nothing to be afraid of. So the second one is clients, and how will I get my clients without a shopfront? So again, another objection, and that is very much where Travel Counsellors' model and our support in terms of head office is very unique. We don't go out and get you clients, we don't get you leads, but we do have dedicated business development coaches that will work with you on how to go out and find the right clients, and I think Laurie's video demonstrated that in some ways as well, in terms of you know, networking, you know, family and friends, your community, all of those initial points that we will help you with, and things like that. So it's really about you being confident enough to go out and talk about your business, but if you have any ideas, you know, if you want to do anything to promote your business, then that's what we're here for, to give you advice, to help you, and your business development coach will very, very much work with you on that. And our training and development, you know, our starter webinars for the first 12 weeks, all of those things are about helping you to build your client base, as is, of course, our marketing and things like that as well. So the third objection that we get, or, you know, I guess the three most common, as we said, is I'm on my own. Who will help me run a business when I've never run one before? So I don't know, do you want to take that one, Crystal?
So we have a very, very big support network here, and we will help you run your business, basically. So not only do you have business development coaches, you have a dedicated marketing consultant who will work with you on producing material to get your name out there. We have a dedicated accounts team so that you're not spending time on the annoying stuff that you used to do in a retail agency, such as paying suppliers, making sure that your file balanced, your file might be out 4 cents and you know you can't figure it out. We have Carly and Christina in the accounts team who do all of that for you. We even actually send a receipt to your client on your behalf. Like, that's how much we actually help you run your business.
Yeah.
We have the wonderful IT boys who can log on anytime to your computer and help you if it crashes.
Yeah.
We have, of course, Phoenix that I mentioned before, which is our in-house.
Yeah, and all the support through that as well. But I think it's also really important to mention that obviously our Australian head office is here, and we are always here. You know, we are employed to help you. But there are over 300 staff around the world, globally, that are all your support staff. So you have 300 people working for your business before you even start. So, you know, there's 24/7 support in all of those areas, in IT, in marketing, in all of those things, which means you really do have the time and things like that. You know, we've got an air desk that you can call 24/7 as well. So the support is there to allow you to spend time on your business, building your client base and doing all of those kind of things. Not to mention you have 1,400 colleagues globally and about 150 now in Australia that will help you with knowledge, support, advice, all of that kind of stuff. So we understand that they are objections and that they are very good reasons. And to be honest, if you didn't have those objections, we'd be a little bit worried. But we're always happy to talk through them, and we know what you're going through. You know, we've been through it with all of the travel counsellors before. So we can support you through that. Your business will build, so please don't be afraid to take that first step.
Absolutely. And whatever your concern is, we would love to hear it, and we would love to tell you how we can help that not be a concern anymore. Yeah,
definitely. You know, and if it is one that we haven't heard before, although I guarantee it won't be, travel counsellors are the kind of business that will find a solution for that problem, if we can. So please don't think that it's not for you. Give us a call, and we can talk through all of that kind of stuff.
And that number again is 1300 889 123.
Perfect. I'm going to introduce Sharon. Now we're going to go to our next video, who is of our newest Australian Gold TC now, actually. The video was shot a couple of weeks ago when we had people in head office for our cluster meetings, for our state conferences. And so Sharon is a travel counsellor that operates in Adelaide, and she joined us last November. So she couldn't join us live today because she's actually at our global conference in Manchester, enjoying the fruits of her her labour. But her video really talks about her journey and how she started the business and some of the, I guess, apprehensions that she had before she started that she very quickly overcome. We're joined in the studio today by Sharon Woods, who's one of our South Australian travel counsellors. Now, Sharon's been with us for the last few days attending our Victorian State Conference, and much like lots of other TCs, we've had a few people come in and share their experiences and why they joined us. So, Sharon, you've been a travel counsellor for nearly 12 months.
Nearly 12
now.
months. I joined in November last year.
Okay, so nearly there, nearly 12 months.
Nearly there.
Now, what were the three main reasons that made you become a travel counsellor?
The most important thing for me was the support that head office could give me. The worst thing that could happen to me was to feel like I was one person at home. I have corporate business, so for me I needed the support from head office. I needed to know my IT was going to work. I needed to know my software was going to be working 24 hours a day, not just office hours. So the support was number one. Number two was information support on the leisure side. I don't have as much experience on leisure, so for me that was really important to have people there available to help me when I ring.
Yeah, so product and knowledge support as well as
support. And number three was to be, for the first time in my life, in control of what I earned.
Yeah, definitely.
And control. I'd always worked for someone else.
Yeah.
So this was my opportunity to work for myself. If I did well, I did well. It's really important to not just feel like it's you at home running your business alone, to have all of that support, and especially with the corporate side, to have the support on a corporate level is really important. I think in the future the brand will be more well known here, but because it's really quite new in Australia, but that's where all the potential is. There's so much potential. And we have, Travel Counsellors has awards, so it has the support that we need to prove that we're a company that won't let them down. And they're not just me at home taking bookings. We are a big corporation.
Over nearly 1,400 agents, I think, around the world, and support staff around the world of over 300 now. So we are a big company.
Amazing.
Yeah. The last thing that you mentioned was your ability for you to control your business and how much you earn and how much work you do and all of that. How has that gone with you now that you're kind of 12 months in? Has that exceeded your expectations?
Exceeded my expectations. I would have been happy to be making the equivalent of what I would have on my salary. But I've way exceeded that, exceeded my expectations of what I thought possible. I couldn't have even dreamt that I was in the position that I am. Couldn't even conceive that, I was close to making gold, and hopefully do.
You will, you're so close.
I'm so close, but I would not have, I can be quite big picture thinker and have goals to achieve, but there's no way that I would have put that goal in front of me starting. I thought it wasn't possible. And now I'm so excited that it is. It's great.
And one thing I really want to make clear as well with you in particular is that you are earning more than you thought you were, and your business is exceeding its expectations in every single way.
Absolutely.
And not that I say this, Sharon, but we don't really ever expect anyone to go gold in the first 12 months, but you're going to get there, and I know you are because I checked the figures before, as has one of our other travel counsellors in their first 12 months this year. But that has in no way affected your service to your customers, has it? They're all still raving about your service levels and how much you look after them. So you're not making money at the detriment of the service.
No, not at all. It's as long as you're delivering the service that you need to, and it's just the way you go about your business is totally up to you. If you let people down, you'll suffer. If you deliver, you have the opportunity to make more money than you thought possible.
Yeah, great. Sharon, thank you for taking the time to have a chat with us. We're sure that we'll welcome you back in one of our future webinars. It's going to be all about gold TCs. But have a safe trip back to Adelaide, and we'll see you in the head office in Melbourne soon.
You will. Okay. Thank you.
Thanks. So there was another great example, or straight from a travel counsellor about our support and all of those things. Now, Sharon's done amazingly in her first 12 months.
Yeah.
So yeah,
she has, and I'm pretty sure she would have tripled what she was earning in her last role, just in 12 months. So it really is easier than you think.
Yeah, and a really big thing. And Sharon's a perfect example of someone who came to us with a lot of concerns, a lot of, I guess she had not a lot of self-belief that she could do it. And the reason she chose our model was because we could provide that support, that very high touch. We will answer any question you've got. We will help you with anything, so that you become the best business person that you can be, and again, are allowed to spend time to build your own business.
Yep, absolutely. So what we'll do now is we are going around the country in the next month, and we want to meet you all. So on the screen you'll see some dates of our upcoming events. So we are holding a Discovery Day next week in our Melbourne office, where you can come in, meet the team, see what it's all about, and also see a live recording of TCTV. We will then be in Perth on the 2nd of December, Adelaide on the 3rd, Brisbane on the 7th, and Sydney on the 11th. And then, of course, we'll have another live recruitment webinar on the 17th of December. So no matter what state you're in, we will be in your state, and we would love to meet you for coffee. So make sure you get in touch, book your one-on-one appointment, and we can catch up with you, answer any concerns that you might have, and tell you a little bit more about us, and you can meet us and see that we're not really that scary.
No, we're not. And that's a very good point. Just contact us. We can have a chat with you straight away, obviously. But we would love to meet you face to face if we can when we're out and about. And we will go anywhere really. Yeah. So let us know. But we'll probably be online for the next half hour if you do have any questions. So please contact us again at connect@travelcounsellors.com.au, or give us a buzz on 1300 889 123. But we hope to talk to you all very soon, so that we can talk to you a little bit more about travel counsellors and how easy it really is to start your own business with us.
Yeah, thanks for joining us, everybody.
Bye. We'll see you next time.